Hey everybody, Rorree here with the Goddess Isis Coven. I am here with the last one for today because I gotta go. All right, so I'm telling stories. I'm Isis. I'm the incarnation of Isis in this lifetime. So I'm telling you some stories about my journey. And today I'm talking about my dealings with darkness or the dark side or low vibrational entities. Okay, so I was sharing that it's important to control your vessel that you came in here with and to disallow beings to come in your vessel and operate through your vessel. There are a number of stories I could tell, like 3 are popping in my head all at the same time. One was a young lady. I was her therapist, and I ended up sharing with her that because what came to me, like, her body was just breaking down and deteriorating and she didn't know why. And what came to me was that there was a being that attached to her body, but it was in her body, operating through her body. And as it was in her body, it started deteriorating. Her body started to deteriorate. And as long as this being was in there, different parts of her body were shutting down. So she wasn't able to walk very well. And it was just a mess, right? And before we could get too far, she got scared and asked for another therapist. And I understand, you know what I mean? She thought I was a witch and whatever. Okay, so then there was another young lady, and three spirits were working through her. And this was a little girl. This was a child. And so I was dealing with the mother. I told the mother everything that came to me. And I was like, she has 3 spirits working through her, blah, 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 blah. I tell the mother the whole story, right? And so then I prep the mother for this session. So then the daughter comes, and so now the daughter is ready for the session. So I educate the daughter a little bit on what I'm about to be talking about because it's a little strange to most people. This is many years ago. Child's an adult now. And so I'm telling her about whatever. So I take her into a meditative state, kind of like a hypnotic state, but I did not, because the child was so violent, I did not want to meet her spirits. I'm just being honest. I did not want to meet who was operating through her. Because I got this thing about seeing spirits. I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I've always had this thing, and I'll tell you all that story another time. So anyway, so I walk her through meeting her own spirits, okay? And so she met the first one, and then she met the second one, she met the third one, okay? So the first one was a little boy, and there's a whole story behind that. But we saw how the little boy was acting through her. And while she was meeting them and engaging with them, she was having the opportunity to say, yes, I want you to continue working with me, or no, I do not want you to continue working with me. So I gave those choices to her, you know? And so, but I was still receiving guidance and intuitive information while we were going through this process. So she was saying, yeah, you can stay. No, you go. All right. Okay. So then, and so the first one, the kid, that one was acting out in her and would be sometimes rage and different things. And so we analyzed each one and how they were acting out through her. The second one was, scared her to death because, and she kind of she like, and start crying because, and I ain't even going to describe what he looked like, but he was scary looking, right? And so we analyzed what that one was all about. And so then the third one was an older man, but he had no mouth. And that one scared her and she was crying, but she has a speech impediment. And it was like very interesting that she would have this being with her that had no mouth. And so anyways, we did the whole analysis and everything, did the readings on it and everything. And then she kept whoever she wanted. She actually wanted them all to go. And so, but the thing is, she allowed them in. So I had to teach her how to guard her space and control her space. and how to identify when a being is present and how to let them go. So we worked together for quite some time because at one point she had ended up in PIW, which is the Psychiatric Institute of Washington. So it was just, we worked together for a while to help stop this, and so that was very interesting. But like I said, she ended up in the Psychiatric Institute of Washington and they couldn't do nothing with her. Okay, so, and why? Because a pill ain't gonna get rid of some spirits. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right, now I want to talk about Martha. If y'all remember many parts back, I talked about Martha at the very beginning. That's how I realized that I am Isis. So, Martha, she walked like this, like her back hurt and her body was breaking down. And she told me that the reason why her body was breaking down was because for years when she would channel this being, she would allow the being into her body and she would do the readings with him in her body. And then she learned that that's why her body was deteriorating, because she spent too much time with this being in her body and like her being like on the outside, like the being taking over the body. And she learned that she should not channel in that way. And I was like, wow, that's why at BPI, they taught channeling in a different way. You didn't channel spirits in your body. You connected with the spirit outside of your body, and you channeled the beings that way. That's why at BPI, when we got our psychic surgeons and our different spiritual beings that would work with us, we had an oath with the beings that they only could connect through a hand. That was it. And then they have to disconnect when we are finished. And that was an agreement that we had with the beings. The beings never would enter the body. So I want to share with you all who channel and things of that nature, be mindful of allowing spirits to enter and be in your body. That you will find that your body may start to deteriorate the more often that you do that. And I'm going to end on that note, you guys. It has been awesome with these stories today. I look forward to seeing what stories I'll be sharing tomorrow, what information I'll be sharing tomorrow. But we are working towards keeping our vibrations high, learning about ourselves, keeping our frequencies high, releasing low vibrational energies, entities, whatever is not serving our highest good, because we are in a transformation time and we are very close to moving into the next phase of things on this world, in this world. So I'm going to end on that note and I will see you guys in the next one. Ashe.